If you asked anybody before this past season, I guarantee no one would have picked this matchup.
We welcome you to San Antonio, Texas, where the NBA Finals returns for the first time in 12 years. And now we have two teams remaining. Two teams who have fought and battled through a long NBA regular season and all the pressures of the NBA playoffs.
And yeah, here we are. And if Game 1 of the Finals was any indication of how evenly matched these two teams fare, well, ladies and gentlemen, this should be a treat. On one end, you have the Knicks, who've been one of the hottest teams in not just this season, but potentially ever. And then you have the Spurs, who on almost all fronts seem destined to become the next NBA dynasty. Both have their strengths to go along with their weak spots, but fundamentally speaking, two very different teams. So in a battle of talent and peak hoops content, this series might be decided off the court. The details, coaching, and game time adjustments, and all the little things that aren't in the stats. And in Game 1, those margins favored New York. And I want to show you an example that encapsulates this, because the Knicks and their awareness and their genius film study paid off as they read San Antonio like a book and shut down the Spurs in one of their favorite plays.
Drip feed some stuff in throughout the week, watch some film on both teams. We got a lot of time, so guys will be, locking into film and watching the games, obviously.
So sure, the Knicks mostly won because of Brunson, and Cat for some reason, all of a sudden a great defender. But on one of the last plays to secure Knicks' W, it was the details that officially put the lid on this one. And to fully understand this, we have to show context, because the Spurs for as long as I can remember had this play called Hammer that they run, which creates a three-pointer. Or they start this in a pistol, meaning empty side handoff as they come downhill, with then watch on the other as a back screen is set to free a wide open shot, drawing all the eyes and distracting the whole defense, and something they've been running since the Popovich era. Maybe not with pistol, but with other variations, where the main thing is this driver has to drive hard, and then once this decoy attracts all the attention, it then makes this flare screen even more effective. Here they can run this from a reject ball screen, which is intentionally designed to drive down towards the baseline, and here they even run it with a fake isolation, where the post guy spins without trying to shoot at all, and therefore forces these guys to commit. So a really nice play we've seen a lot of teams use, where as this evolves with even better shooting, teams like the Warriors made a living off this play, just stealing from the Spurs, taking a page out of their offense. And some of the worst teams have also tried copying, and even tried to run it on the Masters themselves. But regardless of all this, if we're speaking in the present, with Wemby, they mostly call this play at a pistol, and have tried several times in these playoffs to fool teams. On this play with the pistol as Victor sets a flare, while Vassell doesn't hit, though it's great execution. And here against the Thunder with nobody aware, it eventually leads to a miss off the backboard. But still, an effective play, all things considered. But the Knicks in the finals did some homework beforehand.
He can play a little big, and he's capable there, so he's going to be a good fit here. The three is good.
And I was telling you this story before. I had a chance to walk out with Marcin Gortat. We were playing Washington, and I was telling him what a great screener he was and how much I appreciate it.
This team to advance, so there's been pressure. To me, is unfair pressure. I understand, you want him to advance. He's a great pass by.
Though before we get into it, with 30 seconds left, let's briefly talk shop about the beauty of role players, because as much as star players create buzz in these playoffs, it's the guys you don't expect that really win games. And so far for the Knicks, their unsung hero has no question been this man, Landry Shamet. Despite only playing less than 20 minutes per night, he supplied good defense and a veteran-like presence, and from distance he's been one of the league's best shooters, as he's hovered around 60% from downtown. A really effective impact player for this team, who's also the player who secured him this win, because here's the situation.
Spurs needed three. Wemby for three. In and out, and Anunoby the rebound. And he's fouled. And free throws down the other end with 29.4 left. Anunoby's first trip to the line.
So with the Spurs down 7 as they needed a three-pointer, we'll notice on the sideline the Knicks coaching staff as they gather and decide to put Shamet in the game, which if you watch real close he calls pistol as he subs, including the hand gesture and also showing hammer so that everyone on the floor knows exactly what's coming. As they relay the message making sure they're all aware, while surely coming down as they read the first option. On the backside, watch Coach and Shamet read the screen as he works over the top and never gets fooled, and make sure the shooter can't get a clean look. Shamet's like, yeah man, I did my homework. And the cherry on top is that he tips it off Vassell to give it to the Knicks and secure a huge victory.
Challenged by Mike Brown, Shamet deflects it, but it appears it goes off the left hand of Vassell.
Yeah, I believe
So
that's the right,
close.
that's the right call there, Mike.
Scott Foster.
After review, it's been determined the last player to touch the ball was Vassell. San Antonio had called this timeout. 30 seconds had not elapsed when the Knicks challenged. Therefore, San Antonio will be charged a timeout since it's a successful challenge. The Knicks will retain their challenge.
So really good awareness by the Knicks as a whole, and knowing the Spurs playbook could be a huge factor. If you think it's something that could impact the series, well, allow me to introduce the sponsor of this video. OG is a prediction market platform for users who can profit with guesses on real life outcomes. So if you think the Knicks have found the upper hand, or you have your own read on how this may go, OG allows you to act on that hunch. I've used it myself when I'm following these games, and the process is simple. You can sign up, browse all sorts of different markets, and make your predictions directly from your phone. Newcomers can earn up to 100 in bonuses. If you want to check this out, hit the link down below. As always, please proceed action with caution, because trading these derivatives has risk of total loss, so please be sure to visit og.com to learn more about how to get started today. But back to the video, and to conclude this whole thing.
12 consecutive wins for the Knicks as they take game one of the NBA Finals. Their 7th consecutive road game. And one of the great playoff runs in NBA history is still alive.
I'm interested in seeing the adjustments from the Spurs, because obviously some things may be shut down, but that doesn't mean they can't use it in their favor. The Spurs have a curl play for Wemby, for example, and some teams in the playoffs have kept a mental no, but still couldn't stop it, which isn't that hard. And it seemed like the Knicks also sniffed this play out, but instead the Spurs countered by running this as a decoy, whereas the weak side defenders turn their head from the handler, well, he can then isolate with no help in sight. So this might be the start of an all-time chess match, and I can't wait to see how both teams respond.
Castle inbound. Fox gets it. Bridges on him. 4 seconds. Fox to Wembanyama. Pulls up. Jumper. Won't go. Rebound taken by Vassell. It's over. It's over. The Knicks survive. This magic carpet ride continues. 13 straight victories, and they lead 2-0 here in these NBA Finals.
If we win the finals, we burn the city down!